The ideas that gave birth to our nation are the ideas that our nation is resistant to right now, and we should talk about that all the time.
In a world where narratives are shaped by corporations and gatekeepers, independent voices matter more than ever. Badlands Media brings together citizen journalists, researchers, and independent thinkers.
The truth is triggering.
Question the narrative. Explore the facts.
It's authenticity, courage, resilience.
Search for the truth others won't.
It's not about being first or being right.
The information war is changing.
It's about being authentic.
Embrace the friction.
Embrace the friction.
Shut the f*** up.
Authentically antagonizing. Join the movement.
I'm going to say how I feel.
Follow Badlands Media.
This is about the future.
The Badlands. What are the Badlands? Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
Good evening and welcome to Flow episode 48. I'm your host, Cam Cooksey. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I got a new camera set up, as you can see. Jackie started I'm trying to think of how to describe it. She started a movement on her channel to see if we could get a new camera for. Let me straighten up my hat. Get a new camera for our podcasting ventures and for the road too. So you guys, if you watched her show earlier, she had some videos on Hooks and Harmony in regards to our trip to Nashville, GART Nashville. I think that was GART 11. Yep, GART 11 in Nashville. We just got back on Monday. It was a good time. I lost my voice by the end of it. Had time with good people. Good times with good people, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of you guys there. I know that we obviously saw you, Evan. What's up, brother? How you doing? I saw Scheisler's in here. Didn't get to see you, but it's great talking to you again. Eleanor 2000 was there. What's up, Mama Bear? How you doing? Unati was there. By the way, Unati, I heard Ghost try to read your name on his show yesterday. He said Unatiak. I think I'm saying that right. And I wasn't close enough to my computer / he was in the show. So I didn't get a chance to yell at him and say, dude, you're butchering her name. You're butchering it. What up, 34 Luke Cash? My brother Danny in the chat. What's up, brother? Matt VK. What's up, brother? How you doing? Bay Theater Dave, as usual. Good to see you, brother. Claire Cat 367. How you doing, Claire? Good evening to you. Trumpet was there in Nashville. She's one of our local Georgia Badlanders, as well as Eleanor, although she's not super local to our area. Man, we got everybody here. Deb Rich is here. Good to see you, Deb Rich. I don't know why. I feel like no, I don't think I saw you in Nashville. Deb Rich, if I saw you, I apologize. There were so many names that I saw there. We did see Deb Rich. I knew it. Thank you, Jackie. I thought I saw you in Nashville. Good to see you again, Deb Rich. I hope you had a great time in Nashville. I obviously had a blast. I had such a good time that I'm mixing up and switching up names here and there. It's funny because I actually saw Tracy and Annette, and I was like, I saw you in Nashville, but no, that was Trumpet that I saw in Nashville. You guys got to get more distinct. No, I'm just kidding. I like all the names that we have in the chat. Let's see. Buck Wayne, what up, brother? Good to see you. Let's see. Rocky Top Apologist, saw him there. This was so Tracy Nanette was the first person in here real early. She said, hey, hey, hey. And then Rocky Top Apologist right after that said, hey, 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 it's Fat Albert. And he said, Tracy Nanette, that's what your greeting reminded me of. Yeah, me too. It's funny when I saw it, I thought the same thing. All right. Jennifer Ray, I think I said your name, but if not, good to see you and happy Saturday. She says, happy Saturday, y'all. This is all from earlier. Let me get back to more current times. ZBM's in the chat. Good to see you, ZBM. Rocky Top Apologist. Yes, some damn good panels in Nashville. Yes. And if I had it queued up, I would show you a couple clips, but I don't have that queued up and it would take me way too long to set it up. And we're already about 6 minutes in. And if I'm being totally honest, I'm not sure if Alpha's doing his show or not. And before I forget, I hope this pops up. Oh, it didn't pop up. So anyway, this says Green Star, but Green Star is now a monthly supporter. Thank you so much, Green Star. I was going to say, I'm surprised that you weren't already, but my guess is that you have been this whole time, and it's just renewing. So it's showing us. Let me see if I can pull this up on the screen. Also, everything seems to be moving a little bit faster this time. So we shall see if that stays the course. Yep. Green Star is now a monthly supporter. Thank you, Green Star. Good to see you, brother. And if I don't want to, I can't say it because I'm not totally sure. But anyway, thank you, Green Star. I know you make fantastic videos, and we appreciate you, man. We really do. So let me pull this off the screen and get back to normal size. Miss Rhea Freedom Fighter, the legend herself is here. Happy Saturday, Cameron. Happy Saturday to you too, Miss Rhea Freedom Fighter. We miss you at GART Nashville, but I know you're going to try to make it out to the next one if possible. And speaking of the next one, real quick, Just Kath says, hey to Bay Theater Dave, and hey back to you, Just Kath. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I've been trying not to show my hands because I need to put on some soft disclosure lotion. Soft disclosure. But my hands are super dry. I just washed them before the show. So Daniel says, he says, I know you're saying hey to everybody, but bro, have you seen this weather going on? Well, our weather is nice and blue skies with a little bit of clouds. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. By the way, I used to have him on my phone as Weatherman Dan. So Daniel, tell the people about the weather that's going on. Green Star said, don't tell John. No, God, no. All right, I won't tell John. I will not tell him. All right. So, and then there's Jackie. Hello, Jackie. Hi. She says, hi. If anybody saw Jackie's show earlier, she's been dealing with a nasty sty on her eye. You can't really see it during the show, but update, it's about to pop, which is good news. What'd you say? Hopefully. She's been a little down about it, but you know, her spirits will be lifted back up as soon as that thing pops. Speaking of Raw Shark Lives, good to see you, by the way. I saw you for sure. Where did that go? Raw Shark Lives. Just popping in to say hi. I can't stay, but have a great show. Thank you very much. We will have a fantastic show. Daniel's talking about the tornadoes going across the country. Yeah, so last night on Onlylands, Jay Drake was talking about the Midwest. There's crazy tornadoes coming through. He had tornado sirens going off, but we couldn't really hear him. But yeah, there are crazy tornadoes going on. I mean, it makes sense this time of year, all the heat mixing with the cold air. I mean, John and them had snow like a couple weeks ago or a week ago. So it makes sense. And over here, I think it was 85 degrees today. No, Bay Theater Dave, not Sharknado. I mean, you never know, but I doubt it. I doubt Sharknado's coming through. So, all right, let's get into the show. We're already about 8 minutes in. I love you guys. I missed you guys. It was weird not having a show on Saturday, even though we were at GART. It was very weird. A tornado may also wreck Europe. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. And we're going to talk about that for a second when we get to Donald Trump's Truth Social post. But yeah, he's going tornado on tornado. If I do say so myself, and thank you, Buck Wayne, for that one. I'm gonna start using that, and I will give you credit. I will give credit where credit's due. I'm not Benny Johnson. I'm not going to steal your content and then say it's my own. But anyway, so let's get into our first sponsor. And I mean, I love the products, but this guy is a known domestic terrorist. I'm just kidding. Our first sponsor is Conscious Strength. All right. Maha yourself with supplements that don't suck from Conscious Strength. Founded by Badlands' very own Jordan Sather, known terrorist, in 2019, Conscious Strength products are made in America. Hold on, I got to scroll over. Made in America and won't break your bank unlike other brands. Their lineup includes collagen for strengthening joints and hair, electrolytes to get rid of those cramps, green powder that tastes good and mixes easy, Shilajit gummies, methylene blue, which I just had. If you didn't see my blue tongue, you'll see it when I come back, Zero Light, and more. One of those more things is oregano oil, and that saved my life in Nashville. It stopped me from sneezing all the time from the, I guess it's the pollen, but the different states pollen. And then when my throat was hoarse, I was basically just drinking it. I would put like 3 or 4 drops directly in my throat. I do not suggest doing that if you're not used to it, because it will make you sneeze, cough. It'll make you feel like you're going to die from it burning. So I would suggest mixing it with some water or something else. But Jordan says he puts oregano oil on his skin too. It helps with a lot of things. So anyway, and more. Flip the finger to pharma, be your own doctor, and get supplements that you can trust from Conscious Strength. Go to badlandsmedia.tv/strength to shop now. One more time, badlandsmedia.tv/strength. Link will be in the description below. And I made all those jokes about Jordan being a known terrorist, and he is a terrorist to Big Pharma, which is awesome. He's a legal terrorist, though. He's not breaking the law with his products. He actually had a long conversation with somebody. They were asking him about a product, and he made sure to toe the legal line while talking about it. And he tests all his products. He uses them all himself, or most. I think he uses all of them actually. But yeah, great guy. Met his girlfriend at GART. She's a pretty awesome lady. And I won't dox her or anything, but if you ever get a chance to meet her, she's really cool. And it was funny to find somebody that could hang with Jordan's nonsensicalness. I don't think that's a word. But anyway, shout out to Jordan Sather and Conscious Strength, man. Great products. And let's go ahead and talk about our sponsor for today's show, which is patriotprotect.com. And as you guys can see at the bottom of the screen, we are sponsored by patriotprotect.com. And you can go to patriotprotect.com/flow. Promo code Badlands for these products. So let me pull this up on the screen and tell you guys a little bit about them. So we are in the middle of the worst stretch of data breaches this country has ever seen, and it's hitting right in the middle of tax season. In just the last 90 days, a government contractor that handles Medicaid and benefits for 46 states got hacked. 25 million Americans had their social security numbers and medical records stolen. The Texas AG called it the largest breach in American history. Panera Bread, 5 million customers exposed. Under Armour, 72 million email addresses dumped online, all on top of a record 3,300 data breaches in 2025 alone. Here's why you need to care right now. Criminals are using this stolen data to file tax returns in your name and take your refund. And for those of you that are still paying taxes, cough, cough. April 15th was a happy tax day. Just kidding. The IRS flagged 2 million returns for identity fraud last year. And if it happens to you, the average wait to get it resolved is almost 2 years. And you know how much shit that you have to deal with when you deal with the IRS. So, yeah, check out Patriot Protect. And it's not just breaches. Right now, data brokers and people search sites are publishing your name, your home address, your phone number, even your family members' names, all searchable by anyone online. Scammers don't need to hack you. They just look you up. Patriot Protect fixes that. Their search and destroy protocol scans Google and over 200 data broker sites, finds your personal information and removes it continuously. Most services tell you after your identity gets stolen. Patriot Protect removes the information criminals need to steal it in the first place. Because of what we're seeing right now, Patriot Protect is offering you 15% off any plan. Use promo code Badlands at patriot-protect.com/flow. Your data is already out there. Take it back. And then catch episode 2 of America First Stories on Badlands Media to learn more. And that's the new series that John is doing on Sundays. I forgot the exact time, but you can find it on our Rumble channel and the other channels. So anyway, after all that, last thing I want to tell you guys about Patriot Protect is that I signed up recently. I think it was last week, or it was right before we left for GART. I think it was before the show on Saturday 2 weeks ago that I signed up. And there was already 50 websites that had my information that they took it away from. And I don't know if it's a correlation or a causation. I'm going to go with correlation because I don't have proof yet. But after doing that, I have only gotten text messages. And instead of getting my regular spam calls, I don't get any spam calls. But instead of getting the text messages, the only thing that I'm getting now are stupid ass political things, which I'm pretty sure I'd signed up for on accident. Like when you sign up for like free tickets for a Trump rally back in the day, or like Like if you do any type of political donations, which I have not done any political donations that I can remember. At least I haven't in the last year or so. But once you put yourself on one of those, I think it's a little bit harder to get off of. I'm also one of those people that I'll sign up for like sweepstakes at stores and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that doesn't help. But I'll tell you right now, all of it has been cut down a lot. So make sure you check them out. And remember, that's patriot-protect.com/flow, promo code Badlands. All right, y'all, let's get into the show. Let me turn on some music. Let's get flowing. I think we have a good number of people in here now. I see you guys are having a good time in the chat. Oh, I see Mud Girl AZ is here. Good to see you. She says, and this is a fact, Miss BB is the best. Well, I would say she's tied for the best with Jackie and many of the other women here at Badlands. But yeah, Miss BB is an awesome human being. Had a great time with her in Nashville. The fact that she puts up with BB, I forgot how rambunctious he is, because I feel like this is kind of the first time now that little BB or BBB, Baby Burning Bright, is Jackie says not the music. Good one, Jackie. Just trolling the people that don't love music. Jackie's a music lover. That's why she has hooks and harmony. So I know she loves the music. But yes, my girl AZ, Mrs. BB is the best. And after Ty and I chased BB around a Wendy's parking lot at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and maybe it was a little bit earlier than that, but it was late night. God bless that woman. And I don't mean bless your heart in the Southern way where it's a giant F you. It is the genuine bless her heart. The fact that she doesn't rip her hair out. She has 2 babies to deal with, and one of them is way more, one of them listens better. Let's put it that way. And he happens to be a little over 1 year old. Escape the Matrix 91. Good to see you, Evan. Good to see you, brother, in Nashville. We had a great time. I'm pretty sure Evan and I figured out what the tweaker was on. We think he was on salvia, not PCP. PCP is a little bit more violent, at least the people I've seen on PCP. And they're also more zonked out. This guy had a quick trip. But BBB has the coolest hair. Yeah, he's got that 2000s emo hair. He's got the swoop. He's got the swoop. What'd you say? It's not a phase, Mom. It's not a phase, Mom. That's what Jackie just said. And she has a compress on her eye right now. So she looked like one of those emo people. It's not a phase, Mom. That was good. That was good, Jackie. All right, let me turn on the music. You guys in the chat got me cracking up over here. And yes, Jackie was asleep for the Wendy's outing. Yeah, so were most people. The only people that were awake were I think Ash was awake. JC was awake because Ty was awake, and Ty was awake because he was helping me chase BB around. And the best part of the whole night was we finally get him back. Ty, I think I have the picture somewhere. I might pull it up later, but Ty fireman carried BB to get him onto the elevator, not because he was like passed out, just because that was the only way to like. So we were trying to get his room key because he just wouldn't go to his room. And so Ty put him on his shoulders, and fireman carried him once we got in the elevator. And BB was fighting to get down. And while he was doing that, Ty was able to get his key, or maybe it was when we got upstairs. Either way, we got him into his room. We convinced him that we wanted him to go to his room because of something. He listened to us. He told us the room number. Ty got the key. We unlocked it, and we were like, oh, it's already unlocked, because he didn't want to wake the baby up. So we're like, it's already open. You should go in quietly so that you don't wake up the baby. And he's like, all right. So he goes in. We come back downstairs, tell them that he's in his room. We can all go to sleep. And so we're sitting down there for like maybe a minute longer, and we're like, all right, it's time to go up. And then we hear the elevator open, and I just see BB just make a hard right. We're straight ahead of the elevator. So he makes a hard right to go outside, and we're like, oh shit. So then we go outside, and by the time we get outside, he's already crossing the street going to Wendy's. He was ready to go through walk through the drive-through so you get some food. This was after he allegedly, I don't believe this was the case, but he allegedly wanted to go fight the tweakers that were out there. We didn't see any tweakers, but anyway, we cornered him because one of us went around one side of the Wendy's and the other went around the other side of the Wendy's. We were able to corral him back into the hotel, and he did not want to go to sleep. And the next thing you know, Uncle Ghost shows up. Uncle Ghost comes rolling over the couch, and he just lays down on the couch. And then we just started solving geopolitics. We solved everything. We solved racism. We solved not anti-Semitism. We solved so much stuff, but just Ghost's presence got BB to calm down from walking around, but it got him to like get all of his frustrations out verbally. So we were just in the lobby, just talking shit for hours. And yeah, if you guys come to GART, man, next GART coming up is in a few weeks. If you come to GART Deadwood, man, June 25th through 28th over Jackie's birthday. And if you guys come to GART, you will, in this GART, you might even see more shenanigans because I'll pull that up again later in the show, but you might see more shenanigans because at GART Deadwood, it's like 3 streets. There's the hotel at the top of the hill. You go down and there's like 3 streets of just like either bars, restaurants, casinos. There's a whorehouse, but it is a museum for all you perverts out there. The whorehouse isn't active. There's a bunch of museums. Last time we were there, we saw some swastikas, but they were reverse swastikas and they were Native American swastikas, which obviously have a different name, or they had a different name. So it'll be a good time. But yeah, guys, make sure you go ahead and get your GART tickets. They are live now for GART 12 Deadwood. Again, June 25th through 28th. Badlands decided to throw a birthday party for Jackie. They just love her so much. They were just like, you know what? Let me throw you a birthday party. So that'll be a good time. But here, let me turn on some music. Turn on some Honey Jam. All right, y'all. Let's see what's going on in the chat. You guys were just saying hello to each other. How much? Buck Wayne, I have no idea. We'd have to go to the website. If there's time later, which I guarantee you there won't be, because at the rate I'm going, we'll barely get through everything. Jackie said she can't hear the music, so that's a good thing. If you want me to turn it up, Jackie, let me know. You're good? All right. Jackie said she's good. So, all right. I can hear the music. I don't know what you guys are what you're talking about, Jackie. So, all right, let's get into the show. So, what's up? Jackie has a question.
Your chin is like resting on the bottom of the frame.
How? I don't see it on here. All right, hold on, y'all. I gotta try to adjust my camera. Jackie's saying that my chin is resting on the bottom of the frame. See the shenanigans I have to deal with, y'all? How about now? Is that better? Is that better for you, Jackie? Elevator jams, you know it. Shut up, Buck Wayne. You know you love elevator jams. It's funny, when I was a kid, I used to jam out to elevator jams. Like, I was the one dancing in there to the music, whatever it was. If it was a slow jam, I'd do this one. My hand's on my waist right now, or my like pelvis. Not pelvis, my abdomen. And then the faster ones, I would do this. It's just a dancing kid. She wrong. I agree. She is wrong. I'm good. My head is good. All right, let's get into the show. We're like 23 minutes in. I did get my ad reads in, except for the last one. So it's the Jews. Good to see you, Frederick Leathers. It's the Jews. Yeah, that's a simple summary of our conversation that evening. But it really wasn't the only part of the conversation, because it's never just the Jews. It's the Gentiles too. It's the Goyim as well. It's the Goyim as well. There are plenty of shills out there of all races, colors, creeds, religions. So, you know. Liberty Line. Good to see you, Liberty Line. The Liberty Line says, first thing I hear when I pop in, there is a whorehouse. Yeah, that's exactly why I'm trying to get people to come to Deadwood. If you come to Deadwood, I promise you can go to a whorehouse. I promise you. You will not be able to do anything in the whorehouse except for walk around, and you also cost money for a tour, but you can go to a whorehouse. Come to Deadwood, there's a whorehouse. And bad timing. Right when Jessica gets in. Hello. Good to see you, Jessica. Thank you for setting everything up for me, getting the new intro in, getting all the new pages up. Oh, by the way, Jessica, if you don't mind, just put in the chat. Jackie kind of already told me, but I just want to double check. When I go to YouTube and do the PragerU, the American of the Week, what do I need to cut out? I'm assuming everything but Rumble and X. I probably should have just texted you this, but since I saw you in the chat, I figured instead of slowing my flow down, I would just go ahead and do that. Jennifer Ray, the whores persist, and so do I. Maybe that'll be my new thing. I feel like I'm biting Chris Paul when I say that, when he says the horrors persist, but so do I. I'll go with that. Oh my God, the Liberty line. I played elevator style Nintendo music in the bathrooms at my wedding reception. That is so fucking cool. So Jackie has this new thing where she plugs in her phone in the car. It does is it Mario? The startup music for Mario Kart goes right before the countdown. Oh, the music right before the countdown on Mario Kart. It plays every time Jackie plugs in her phone. So it's fantastic. Good to see you, other Mama Bear. Leslie Bear, Mama Bear on X, says, go with the flow. Don't you know? That's the way we go with the flow. All right. I say this a million times. Hey, we're 25 minutes in. This is a perfect time to get to the first part of the show. I'm actually going to run through Donald Trump's Truth Social stuff pretty quickly. There's a couple videos I want to play that he shared, but I'm going to run through the headlines of a few things. Like I said plenty of times on this show before, the only person that I truly take direction from is the boss himself, the only real boss. Not that by the way, I saw a picture of oh man, screen's doing that thing again. All right, hold on, let me make sure everything's good. Let me reload this page. I think it might be something with Truth Social, to be honest. Let me see if I can move Truth Social up to this page and see what happens. All right. Am I moving all right now for you guys? Yes. Is it moving slow? No, it's better. All right. So it's something having to do with the screens that I'm on, because right now I'm on my screen, the main monitor. And when I'm on the regular screen, for some reason, it does this. But anyway, I can still see you guys and do all this stuff, so we're good. All right. So like I said, I usually just run through the boss's stuff that he's talked about the last few days, just because, I mean, if I'm taking direction from anybody, it's going to be from our commander-in-chief. Oh man, I have bookmarks from, hold on, I got to get to the bookmarks from this week. Yeah, I got a bunch of old bookmarks. I was talking about Bruce Springsteen, the fake boss, the Foss. I saw a picture of him when we were in Nashville. I think it was either on someone's phone or something like that, but that plastic surgery that he got, yikes. Oh my God, that was, he looks like a monster. President Trump is right. He should definitely sue whoever did that job, because that was, woof. All right, so we're going to start from 2 days ago. So today is what is today? The 18th? Hey, computer, tell me what day it is. I'm just going to go with 18th because I feel like it's the 18th. So this is actually a letter from the 15th from Franklin Graham to President Trump in reference to the I think it was the AI video. It was either an AI video or AI picture that President Trump posted that he took down. Everybody got it up in a hoopla. My personal opinion is that he posted that to separate the wheat from the chaff. Miss Rhea Freedom Fighter said, I told you Bruce is transitioning. He is. Took him long enough. He lost his balls a long time ago, probably back in the 80s. So it's about damn time. He is less of a man than Caitlyn Jenner. I mean Bruce Jenner. Anyway, so first up, let's pull this up on the stage. This is from Franklin Graham. President Trump posted this message from him, and I'll just go ahead and read it. So it says, it's to the president of the White House. I'm not going to read all the address, whatever. You guys know where the president lives, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. All right, so from April 15th, Franklin Graham writes to the president, Dear Mr. President, I've been out of the country and just returned this afternoon. This statement, let me make this full screen. This is a statement I just released to the media addressing some of the issues you have been facing this week. I do not believe President Trump would knowingly depict himself as Jesus Christ. That would certainly be inappropriate. I am thankful the president has made it very clear that this was not at all what he thought the AI-generated image was representing. He thought it was a doctor healing someone, and when he learned of the concerns, he immediately removed the post. Now, little not addendum, annotation from me. I don't think, for me, it wasn't Jesus Christ. It was either an apostle, or I guess doctor, but almost like a shaman, like a spiritual healer. I didn't see it as Jesus Christ. I get why people thought that. I understand why John's like, come on, we all know what he was going for. Yeah, but I think the whole point was to put something out there that was vague and see who jumps at it. Also, it twisted people into a frenzy. The people that got mad about it, I mean, they're just showing their true colors. And I believe it was a precursor to him attacking the Pope. So verbally attacking the Pope. So I think it was all part of the psychological operation that he was running, or the psi act that he was running in that moment. But anyway, when I looked at the illustration, I didn't jump to the same conclusion as some. There was no spiritual references, no halo, there were no crosses, no angels. It was a flag, soldiers, a nurse, fighter planes, eagles, and I think this is a lot to do about nothing. There is so much ill-intended speculation. I think his enemies are always foaming at the mouth at a possible opportunity to make him look bad. Excuse me. And the illustration from someone else he reposted on True Social today, I must say that I like the fact that this is a picture of Jesus whispering in his ear, or at least his hand on his shoulder, guiding him. We all need that. We all need to be listening to Jesus. Again, I think there is an attempt to spin this into something that it isn't. Remember, President Trump didn't draw this. He didn't create it. He reposted it on his social media because he thought it was nice. I would have to agree. I am not a Catholic. I am an evangelical. But I appreciate how President Trump has defended religious freedom for people of all faiths, including millions of evangelicals and Catholics in the U.S. and around the world. He is the most pro-Christian, pro-life president in my lifetime, and he doesn't shy away from it. I would hope that the president and Pope Leo can meet at some point, and that the Pope would have the opportunity to thank the president for his efforts to protect religious liberty. Sincerely, your friend, Franklin Graham. And so let me pull this off the screen. So, yeah, I mean, a lot to do about nothing. Exactly. So Rude Dog Madigan. Oh, Rude Dog Madigan. Good to see you, by the way. We got some people over on YouTube. I guarantee you Babbage is over there. Sorry, Babbage, if you said something, I didn't see it yet. But they said that was a shot at the Pope and the red shield reference. Yes, that was another thing I was thinking of. I mean, we're talking about what the Crusaders, maybe the Knights of Malta, even. You got the red shield, the Rothschilds, the incestuous relationship between the Vatican and these European elites that have been running the world for centuries. Man, this is the deep state that he's coming after. He's not attacking us. We are American Christians. Not all of us, obviously. Some of you may not have a denomination or not denomination. You may not consider yourself religious. You may be spiritual and still a follower of Jesus Christ, or at least a believer and lover of him. But yeah, I took it way more at that. I took it way more like this, that like Rude Dog Madigan said. And this is probably one of the only ones I'll spend a long time on, because I actually had thoughts on it the last few days when people were talking about it. But yeah, Buck Wayne says, well, first of all, let's start with ZBM. ZBM says, some Christians are blaming Trump of blasphemy over this ridiculous post. So retarded. Totally agree. Super retarded. And also, if your faith needs defending like that, and I understand standing up for your faith, but defending it. If you think that you're defending Jesus Christ and you're defending God by getting all bent out of shape because Donald Trump posted this, then your faith is not as strong as it should be. Jesus Christ doesn't need our defense. I mean, we will defend him with every breath that we have because of what he did for us, because we love him. But he doesn't need us. He loves us. He appreciates us. But he won all on his own. God won all on his own. We're lucky enough to be allowed on their team. Buck Wayne says, I like the picture, actually. I knew liberal sphincters. What a funny word. It's even funnier written out. I knew liberal sphincters would get tight enough to snap railroad spikes. Oh, Buck, man. Your words are like poetry to my ears. They're street poetry. Frederick Leather says, it did have a Christ-like vibe to it, but that's because the modernist church has programmed our minds into viewing Christ as a man and Christ in their image. Could be Socrates giving light of truth. Exactly. I love that. I love that. Yes, it did have a Christ-like vibe, but because of what the modernist church has done to the image of Christ, it's given us their image, not God's image of Christ. Let's see. Bay Theater Dave said, lots of fellow Christians got their pants in a bunch over that. So retarded. Totally agree, man. And then, yes, so Mystery of Freedom Fighter, and I might even pull this one up. I didn't have it saved, but I might pull it up anyway. But Mystery of Freedom Fighter says, at ZBM, so many memes of Obama as Jesus. Crazy. Yes, people are so quick to forget. There was one literally with Obama and a halo over him. I think it might have even been on the cover of a magazine. I mean, come on now. And how more antichrist can you get than that? Let's go. Let's go, people that are really waking up to the truth. We know what they're doing. We know what they're doing. I have to say this last one before we move on. If you thought that was blasphemy, well, then I hope it was a blast for you too. I love it. I'll call that an uncle joke. That was a good one. Yep, it's called Cleaning the Swamp. Totally true. Roger 5x5 says, good evening, all you Patriots. Good evening to you as well, Roger 5x5. All right, let's move on from this, but I think we've spent enough time on it. But yeah, I thought it was silly, but I really appreciate Franklin Graham's his letter to President Trump. And again, President Trump doesn't need Franklin Graham's letter to make a point, but it's a brilliant point. I mean, spot on. And you know what? While I'm at it, I'll read the other Franklin Graham. Wait, no, I already read this one. Oh, here we go. Okay. There's another one from Franklin Graham. Let me scroll up to get to that one, just so I can go ahead and read it. I believe I put it in here. Speak amongst yourselves, y'all. Okay, so this one is this is from March 2nd. So this is an older one, but President Trump posted this a day ago. He reposted, or he truthed it. And I'll just go ahead and pull it up. This is from March 2nd, but this is another letter from Franklin Graham. And I'll just bring it up and chat with you guys real quick about it. So he says, Dear Mr. President, I just wanted to encourage you today. You are doing the right thing. Other presidents have just kicked the can down the road for too long and not made the hard decisions. You are making the world a safer place. Thank you for giving the people of Iran the opportunity for freedom. I am praying that God will guide your heart and direct your every step. Sincerely, your friend, Franklin Graham. And President Trump posted this a day ago because we got peace in the Middle East as of right now. No, but the war in Iran is officially over. At least that's what we're being told. And I'm going to believe it until I see otherwise. And that will tie into the next thing that I'm going to bring up as soon as I get back to where we're at. And these ones we're going to start running through pretty quickly. And actually, I'll just leave this screen on here. I know maybe a lot for you guys, and let me know if you can't see it too well, but I'll try to make the screen as big as possible. I just want to scroll through some of these so that we don't have to do too much. So from 2 days ago, President Trump says, I hope Hezbollah acts nicely and well during this important period of time. It will be an great. So it says and then great in all caps. Sometimes when he does this, I don't know if it's on purpose. I mean, I'm assuming it's on purpose, but I don't know if it's on purpose to point out something, or if it's because he went to type in the next word was supposed to start with a vowel, and then when he backspaced, it didn't autocorrect the and to a. I've always wondered that, but anyway, I'll read it. I'll start from the beginning. I hope Hezbollah acts nicely and well during this important period of time. It will be a great moment for them if they do. No more killing. Must finally have peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. And then from a day ago, may have been a historic day for Lebanon. Good things are happening. President DJT. And so this is in reference to the ceasefire that was demanded between Israel and Lebanon, which President Trump sternly mentioned. So yeah, I like how he said maybe historic day for Lebanon, because I think what he's trying to say here is Israel, don't do it. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. It'll come back around. But this one, I just wanted to read the headline or read President Trump's thing. I'll read the headline first. It says he is crushing Tucker Carlson. CNN data guru reveals Trump has ruined his old friend. Keep your friends close and enemies closer, I would say. It's easy. Tucker is a low IQ person. This is in reference to crushing him. It's easy. Tucker is a low IQ person, always easy to beat and highly overrated. So are Megyn Kelly, Candace, in quotes, real dumb and mentally ill, and bankrupt Alex Jones, who is completely fried, in quotes. There are others also. Then we have some that are very good, true MAGA all the way, and smart. I should do a list of good, bad, and somewhere in the middle. Wouldn't that be fascinating? President DJT. Now, I only brought this one up because if he comes out with that list, remember this moment, because I am all here for it. When this TV show starts heating up, when the next season comes out, we will look back at this list if he ever makes it, and it's going to be a good time. Again, the rest of these are from a day ago until I get to more recent stuff. The USA is the hottest country in the world right now. Just a short time ago, under Sleepy Joe, it was dead, laughed at all over the world, but not anymore. Nobody's laughing. President DJT. And through all the things that have happened since the military operation in Iran turned into a war, turned into shutting down the strait, turned into it being open, turned into it being shut down after we obliterated their navy, but then they still had naval ships somewhere, but they weren't any good, to the oil, to the Strait of Hormuz. I already said the strait part. All of this confusion that Donald Trump has created, that he is completely in control over, it's made it to where nobody's laughing at us anymore. You can't laugh at us when you're terrified of what the fuck we're going to do. And to me, that is literally peace through strength. I know it may sound crazy to people. I know they may not like the way we got here, but this is peace through strength. Next up, Iran has just announced that the Strait of Iran is fully open and ready for full passage. Thank you. Interesting. Strait of Iran. I wonder if that's different than the Strait of Hormuz. Let me look that up real quick because I should know this, but Strait of Iran. So there is a Strait of Iran reasserts control of Hormuz Strait. I believe it's the same thing. Yep. Strait of Hormuz is Strait of Iran. Yep. So I think it's interesting. He's saying Strait of Iran instead of Strait of Hormuz, Strait of America instead of, or not Strait of America, the Gulf of America instead of the Gulf of Mexico. Man, it's words matter, people. Words matter. Strait of Iran, I love it. And then again, then he flips right back to the Strait of Hormuz is completely open and ready for business and full passage, but the naval blockade will remain in full force and effect as it pertains to Iran. Only until such time as our transaction with Iran is 100% complete, this process should go very quickly in that most of the points are already negotiated. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. And that's for leverage, guys. We may have agreed to everything, but in case some false flags pop off, we're not leaving just yet. We're not pulling a debacle leaving Afghanistan like during the Biden administration. We will make sure that everything is going the way that we want, and we'll make sure this next part that I'm about to read to you guys happens first. The USA will get all nuclear quote unquote dust created by our great B-2 bombers. No money will exchange hands in any way, shape, or form. Shots fired. Anybody remember the pallets of cash? Pallets of cash, anyone? Anybody remember that? Obama's pallets of cash? No money will exchange hands in any way, shape, or form. This deal is in no way subject to Lebanon either, but the U.S. will separately work with Lebanon and deal with the Hezbollah situation in an appropriate manner. Israel will not be bombing Lebanon any longer. They are prohibited, in all caps, from doing so by the USA. Enough is enough. Thank you, President DJT. So this is the one that I really wanted to get to. Let me see the exact time for this. So this was yesterday at 9:57 a.m. East Coast time. So April 17th. He said, "No mas" to Israel. And if I'm not mistaken, they've already gone back on, not gone back, but well, maybe not Israel. I think there's allegedly Lebanon has been doing some stuff, broken the ceasefire. I would argue that if they have, there's a very good chance that is a false flag / it is if it is Hezbollah. I think we have a feeling think we have a good idea of who's controlling that faction. But anyway, so marking from yesterday around 10 a.m. Eastern time, President Trump said Israel is prohibited from bombing Lebanon. And I would argue that also means that Lebanon is prohibited from bombing Israel as well. Now that the Strait of Hormuz situation is over, I received a call from NATO. This is where we get into the NATO part. This is the torn NATO that Buck Wayne was talking about. Now that the Hormuz Strait situation is over, I received a call from NATO asking if we would need some help. I told them to stay, this is in all caps, I told them to stay away unless they just want to load up their ships with oil. They were useless when needed, a paper tiger. Shout out to BB on that one. Paper tiger. Must have been reading one of his extremely long posts. Now, I don't think the president has time for that, so he probably listened to it. He probably listened to BB's Substack article on 1.5, 2 speed, if that's possible. But he at least knew the headline. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously though, but just kidding. You never know, guys. You never know. Double speak comes from me too. President Trump goes on to say, thank you to Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar for your great bravery and how NATO our ally? I would argue no. NATO is that trust fund kid that is just sucking off the teat and feeding off the teat of America, while Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar are business partners with us, which shows you who our real allies are. And then he goes on to say, Iran, with the help of the USA, has removed or is removing all sea mines. Thank you, President DJT. Now we're working together with Iran now. Who's an ally now? Who is not just sucking off the teat? Who went to battle with us, got defeated, and now is working together as business partners? Iran. Are they an enemy? Are the people of Iran our enemy? Is the legitimate government of Iran our enemy? Or are factions within there, the evil twin within Iran, our enemy? And are they Iranian? If they're factions within, if they're the evil twin, if they're not legitimate, I would argue they're not. They are a nationless state or nationless group. He goes on to say, again, this deal is not tied in any way to Lebanon, but we will make Lebanon great again. Mulga. Making Lebanon great again. And we were talking about it last night on OnlyLands. Lebanon has been known for a very long time as arguably the most, if not the most Christian country in the Middle East. And it was set up to be that way a long time ago. So why would we not be working with our brothers and sisters over there? It's not like they've been over here trying to destroy our democracy. No, our constitutional republic. Yeah, it's been people that have infiltrated Lebanon and people that have been attacking Lebanon. The Christian haters out there, the antichrists. I'm gonna start calling them that. They have their anti-Zionists. They call us anti-Zionists. I'll call them anti-Christians, antichrists. Interesting how that title works, huh? President Trump goes on to say, thank you to Pakistan and its great prime minister and field marshal, two fantastic people, President DJT, because they helped broker deals over there. They were very important and instrumental in that. A great and brilliant day for the world, President DJT. So that, I believe, was a repost of what I said earlier. Iran has agreed to never close the Strait of Hormuz again. It will no longer be used as a weapon against the world, President Donald J. Trump. Interesting how that works. Interesting. So we're pretty much through. We'll have a little bit more in a second on the whole Iran situation. And I guess this is kind of it too. But let me pop over the chat and see what's going on with you guys over here. Buck Wayne says, Lebanon is loaded with ancient architecture as well. Old world tech productions. Yes. Yes, very much so. And Frederick Leather says, the state needs war so it can control the people. Exactly. And this state, the state that needs war are not sovereign citizens. They're not sovereign governments. These are factions and groups of people or powers that should not be that have captured areas of certain countries. And Just Cat says Egypt was once a Christian nation. Yes, it was. And it's very interesting how Egypt is just like known as this huge Muslim country around the world. But I mean, I would argue in the whole scheme of things, not too long ago, it was definitely a Christian country or Christian nation, considered one at least. Let me get back to this so we can start flying through this and get out of Truth Social. We're a little over an hour. By the way, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick. I will be cutting you guys probably around the hour 15 mark so that we can do some stuff over here on Rumble and X that we will not get copywritten for. But I appreciate you guys either way, and we'll continue with this stuff until I get through all of it. So, all right, let's keep it moving. So, this is where President Trump comes after the fake news, and it's all tied into what's been going on geopolitically and at home. But I think this one, because it's so close to this whole Iran statement, these Iran statements, it has to do with all of it. Oh, and it says Iran situation. I should just read ahead next time. All right. So the failing New York Times, fake news CNN in all caps, and others just don't know what to do. They are desperately looking for a reason to criticize President Donald J. Trump on the Iran situation, but just can't find it. Why don't they just say it at the right time? Job well done, Mr. President, and start to gain back their credibility. Because if they did that, then they'd actually be real journalists, and they wouldn't just be an arm of, they wouldn't be the propaganda arm of not only the deep state, but the intelligence communities, the evil faction of the intelligence communities, which you could argue is most, if not all. But they're puppets, man. They're not only puppets, but they're puppets, and in a way, they're puppet masters. It's like the Russian nesting doll, but for puppets. They're puppets with puppeteers, but they're also puppeteers for the masses as well. And if they did that, they would completely lose their grip. All right, let's read this one about the Supreme Court, and then we'll start flying through them a little bit faster. So this is from Paul Ingracia. This looks like, I think this is from Truth Social. So Paul Ingracia from the Gateway Pundit, because I know that's simple. President Trump posted this, and he says, today, the Supreme Court is hearing oral arguments for a case. This would have been yesterday. Today, the Supreme Court is hearing oral arguments for a case that, if properly decided, will go down as the most important precedent this century. The concept of birthright citizenship is irrevocably flawed and is neither supported by the 14th Amendment, whose naturalization clause was aimed strictly at newly freed slaves, nor history, as evidenced by the fact that no other Western country grants citizenship automatically by birthright. I would argue the 14th Amendment is unconstitutional, but that's for another day. Beyond that, is simply a destructive policy that can no longer be justified in the face of modern challenges and decades-long abuses. The Supreme Court has the opportunity to right this egregious and long-standing wrong by introducing much-needed clarity and, finally, common sense, in all caps, into our legal system. The only question is whether there are enough justices brave and wise enough to uphold the Constitution and properly and honestly interpret it based on its original design and intent. And President Trump is pointing to that because birthright citizenship is what has been used. The bastardization of it is what has been used to rape and pillage our country with foreign invasion legally. It's not legal, but you know what I'm trying to get at. All right, let's start flying through it. So it says Trump effect. Apple expands American manufacturing program with 4 partners. Apple has announced a significant expansion of its American manufacturing program on Thursday, bringing 4 new partners into its domestic supply chain as part of a broader push to strengthen U.S. manufacturing. That is fantastic. For whatever you think about Apple, yes, it's a globalist corporation, but it was originally an American corporation. Well, I guess you could argue that it was not intended. It was doing what it was intended to do as a globalist corporation, but it was started in America. Legally, it was started in America. So we're taking it back. Senate confirms DOJ's new war on fraud prosecutor Colin McDonald with VP Vance's backing. JD Vance said Colin McDonald is a great choice and will be a key asset in the war on fraud. I appreciate the idea of the war on fraud. I feel like fraud has been happening all around us. I mean, there have been. I'll give it time. Let's put it this way. I'll give it time. I'm not going to cheerlead this man. I don't know anything about him. He better do his job because he is confirmed by the Senate. So technically, we didn't elect him, but we selected. Actually, no. Just he's there. It's a TV show, in my opinion. But let's see what he does. This one I just thought was pretty cool. Excuse me. I need some water, actually, because I'm not tired, but I'm yawning, which means that I'm low on oxygen, which means I need some H2O. I think this is really cool. DeSantis or DeSanctimonious signs bill to rename Palm Beach International Airport after Donald J. Trump. That's cool as fuck. Don't care about DeSantis, but if he's the one that has the power to do this, good for him for not being a little bitch for once. This one I thought was pretty cool. This is from Bernie Moreno on Truth Social, and he says, here's what you won't read in the mainstream media or automotive news since Liberation Day 1 year ago. These are the announced investments for auto companies. I think this is pretty fucking cool. So Hyundai Kia has invested $26 billion. Stellantis NA $13 billion, Toyota $10 billion on top of $60 billion they have invested already. Mercedes-Benz USA $4 billion on top of $7 billion invested to date. Ford $5 billion, weak ass Ford. GM $4 billion. Every single Democrat opposes. Democrat, we'll just say uniparty. Every single, I'm correcting this guy's words, but you can read it for yourself. Every single uniparty opposes the tariffs that led to these investments. Instead, every single uniparty voted for and supported the moronic push to electric vehicles that cost the U.S. auto industry almost $100 billion. China was laughing at the absurdity, but a new renaissance in U.S. automotive manufacturing is coming. Thank you at Real Donald Trump, at Secretary Howard Lutnick, and at Jamieson Greer. America first versus America last. So obviously I corrected some of his words because it's a uniparty thing. It's not just the Democrats and Republicans, and honestly it could be independents too. If you're against us, then I don't care what your little title is next to you. This one I wanted to read from Brett Hume. Brett Hume says, from Brett Stevens in today's New York Times, which is interesting because Times is trash, but Brett Stevens has a point here. And this is a quote from Brett Stevens, and it says, if past generations could see how well this war has gone compared with the ones they were compelled to fight at a frightening cost, they would marvel at their posterity's. Let me start this over. If past generations could see how well this war has gone compared with the ones they were compelled to fight at a frightening cost, they would marvel at their posterity's comparative good fortune. They would marvel, too, at our inability to appreciate the advantages we now possess. Now, wordy, all this stuff, but basically what this guy's trying to say is compare this Iran war with all the past wars that we've been in. I mean, compared to the last one, clean, swift, and easy, man. I know it was about a month, but come on now. This was way quicker. Sorry, I just read Lumpy and Gingy says, Cam sounds like he's a water boy. That's the mighty fine H2O. He also says, that's some high quality H2O. And Buck Wayne, yes, EVs belong on golf courses. Hit a big pothole in one, then go to the car wash. Bring marshmallows and weenies for the inevitable roast. Exactly. All right, let's keep flying through. We're about to be at an hour, so let me get through this. This is Donald Trump taking a shot at I don't even know if Spain's part of NATO. I'm assuming they are. Honestly, I don't even know who's in NATO at this point, which I really don't care. And as I said earlier, my prediction, whether it comes true or not, and this is a wild guess. I think we're going to be out of NATO by the 4th or on the 4th. I think it might be our July 4th president is getting out of NATO, which I would love. They were not there for us, President Trump says, and this is in reference to a CBS article that says Spain's leftist government has closed Spanish airspace to U.S. planes carrying out missions against Iran. In addition to denying Washington use of its bases, the defense ministry said Monday, and this is from March 30th. Just reminding people they weren't there for us. I read this one from Franklin Graham in reference to the hard decisions President Trump was making on March 2nd, and it seems like President Trump was right again. President Trump is almost as right as Chris Paul. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Almost. President Trump, so this is from 23 hours ago, so it's technically yesterday, but this is within the 24-hour range. Trump reveals that he has instructed Pete Hegseth to release UFO files. Donald Trump revealed the news at a speaking event. I don't need to read that. But on Friday, he said, release the files, UFO files. We'll see where that goes. I am excited to see what they have to say. Whether I believe it or not will be up for debate once I see it. But as of right now, I think it's pretty interesting. Trump touts historic $300 billion Texas refinery as the first new U.S. plant in nearly 50 years. The fact that Trump announces a historic, oh, that's nice. Thank you for turning that light off, Jackie. Sun went down. So, Jackie shut the lights down. She's trying to set the mood for the end of the show. Maybe that's a sign that she wants me to start wrapping it up. So it says Trump announced a historic $300 billion oil refinery project in Brownsville, Texas, the first new U.S. refinery in nearly 50 years, promising thousands of jobs. The fact that we haven't had a new refinery in over 50 years just goes to show you how handicapped we have been in this country when it comes to energy dominance and self-sustainability. Like, we've been relying on other countries on purpose, not from us, but from our leaders, selected officials. They've just been, I'm just happy to see this. I think it's awesome. Now we're getting to the juicier stuff. President Xi is very happy that the Strait of Hormuz is open and or rapidly opening. Our meeting in China will be a special one and potentially historic. I look forward to being with President Xi. Much will be accomplished. President Donald J. Trump. Now, I cannot wait for this meeting. I bet you when it first comes out, the headlines and everything is going to say one thing on one side, one thing on another. It's probably going to be a rug pull. But usually when there's a rug pull, that means something behind the scenes just happened. That's huge, in my personal opinion. That's what I'm starting to realize with my pattern recognition. This one's just funny. Was Reed Hastings forced to leave the Netflix board because he's a sleazebag? What was his crime? How many did he commit? Now, I know nothing about Reed Hastings. That's not my forte. But for the people that know what's going on, Donald Trump's pointing towards something. So I would suggest to the diggers out there, go digging, man. Go digging on Reed Hastings and check out all the crimes that he's done. Whether he was charged with the crimes and convicted and had to pay for them, punished for them, or he just got away with them. Sounds like he committed some crimes. Let's see what they are. These are some of the cool things that I saw. Trust Trump, not panicking. The peace president. This is just a cool ass photo that I saw. President Trump obviously posted that. That's from the 17th. This is from Toxic Cowboy on he posted it on Truth Social, and he said, yep. So this one I think is interesting because I know people are not happy with the gas prices. I know they're high. It's because of the war. It's because we're transitioning to our gas from foreign gas. But this is very interesting to me, and I think context matters, and just understanding what's really been going on. So Trump gas prices rose to $3.96 due to his attack on Iran. Biden's gas prices rose to $5.02 due to his attack on Americans. Guys, the attack on Americans is the reason why this gas price right here, the $3.96, is still so high. If we were starting from an even playing field, and then first of all, he wouldn't have had to attack Iran. But if we were producing our own oil, this number would be probably like 196 or something like that. That's just my guess. Maybe 2 something. But the point I'm trying to make is that look at the difference there. 396, that was normal gas prices here in Georgia during the Biden regime. And that's when we had like low gas prices compared to the rest of the country. That was when California was at $7, almost $8 a gallon. All right, so this is where I'm going to get to playing a couple videos, and then I'm going to get us out of here. I'm not going to play this 4-minute video, so I'll just go ahead and read it. But if you guys want to check it out, it's on President Trump's Truth Social. This is from Andrew Colvith on Truth Social. It says, new President Trump lists his first year wins in Arizona, and this is what the video talks about. He ended 8 wars, potentially 10, 0 illegal crossings for 11 straight months, murder rate at lowest level in 125 plus years. Guys, even if the murder rate is still high, the fact that it's at its lowest levels just goes to show you that there's some progress being made. And I would argue that the 0 illegal crossings for 11 straight months is it's definitely a direct correlation, but I would say it's a causation. I bet you if you did the numbers, the locations, the who's committing the murders, and then this number as well, fentanyl, because fentanyl you can murder somebody with fentanyl. Fentanyl down 59%, drugs by sea down 97% because of the pink mist episode that we went through. Bans child mutilation, only 2 genders, men out of women's sports. I mean, this cuts down on a lot of mental health issues that lead to maybe not murder rates, but it'll lead to people doing drugs, lead to all sorts of things. And DEI and CRT gone, merit restored. And that's a huge one, man. I would argue that it's not completely gone. I mean, legally it may be gone, but some of these states and local governments are still doing their thing. But restoring merit, receiving jobs, receiving payments, receiving anything based off of merit, he's brought that back, which I greatly appreciate. So let's see. We have about 5 or 6 videos that we're going to play. And what I'm going to do is, since we're already at 1 minute and 6 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and play these videos and keep everybody on here. And then when we get done with these videos on Truth Social, I'm going to cut Facebook, Twitch, and Kick and YouTube. So all y'all, thank you so much for being here. I will come back and say bye, but I'll give you my long goodbye now. Thank you so much for being here. This is my first time streaming on all those channels, except for I think I've been on Kick before, and obviously I've been on YouTube. So this has been pretty awesome. Sorry I didn't have the chats up. I had a lot of stuff I wanted to run through because I didn't have a show last week. But I appreciate all y'all, and head on over to X or Rumble to catch the rest of the show. And yeah, we'll go ahead and finish up with these videos. So let me turn off the music. And put myself off the screen, and I'll just start flowing through these videos. I didn't even mean to say flow on that one. I'll start going through these videos. So, all right, here we go with the first video. Let me just get it up here on the screen, and then we'll be ready to ride. All right. Here we go. Make it full screen. And boom.
Being nicer to Russia is because, and China's freaking out about this, Russia is now willing to start trading on the US dollar again and not in the BRICS currency to join the global market. This would absolutely spell the end of China as we know it. Russia is the last piece of the puzzle to bring China to its knees. And we don't actually have a problem with, well, we shouldn't have a problem with Russian values. They're people. Putin's a Cold War relic. But beyond the neocons and what they want you to believe, because they want to keep sending unaccountable money to Ukraine, we should actually have a relationship with Russia. Very similar values amongst the people. And Trump is willing to gamble 30 cents more at a gallon at the pump for like a few weeks to do that. Again, trust the guy. Oil is still remarkably cheaper right now than it was under Joe Biden. But here's the other side that's not entirely public yet. What's China doing right now? They already know they're not in a position to do anything militarily against us. Opponents of the Iran strike are whining that we're depleting our munition reserves. Well, not nearly as much as China's depleted theirs. This attack showed China 2 things. 1, our military is way stronger than they thought. And 2, China had put a lot of their air defenses, a lot of their resources and weaponry in Venezuela and Iran, and we took it out in a day. The smokescreen of the military might of China was decimated in the first 20 hours.
All right, so keep it moving. I don't want to comment too much on it just because, I mean, the video spoke for itself. Next up is this young lady talking about President Trump as well, or asking questions. I think this is a woman on the street.
Do you think that this person is a patriot or a traitor?
That's the GOAT right there. Donald Trump literally took a bullet for this country. This man has God on his side. He shouldn't even be alive, but he is, because God knew that we needed Trump to make America great again.
This is the guy who gave up everything to try to save this country, and everyone came after him, tried to put him in prison, tried to kill him twice, and still became the president of the United States twice.
He's a unique individual. He's a force of nature. Unlike most politicians, because he's not a politician, he's a political leader. It's different. He's not scripted, he's not handled, he's not managed. When Trump speaks, those words come from the heart. He's authentic, he's courageous, and I think he's going to go down in history as the greatest president in our entire country's history.
Do you think that this person is a patriot or a traitor?
He's been devoting his life to the country when he made all those billions of dollars and could have been set off to some private island somewhere enjoying the money and all the hard work he did. Instead, he gave up his life to work for this country, and he's been working hard as hell. Thank God he's a patriot, and thank God he's our patriot.
Definitely a patriot. He loves his country. He's a true American. I admire him because he loves his country, and I love people who love their country. And so when you love your country, we'll do everything for it. I mean, he's rich. He could do whatever he wants, but he chose to lead this country, and that's what I respect about him. Definitely a patriot.
Well said, my fellow Americans. Let me put myself at the bottom of the screen just so that it's not as weird when I talk. All right, next video. Oh, we're not playing this one. This is the long video. This one is something David Hansen, I think is his name. I always forget the guy's first name, but I'll go ahead and play this one.
But, you know, Sean, I think now that all the heavy lifting has been done and Iran is flat on its back, I think you're going to see all these opportunistic carrion people come in. You're going to see the UN say, well, we're going to be in charge of the peace. Or you're going to see people say, this is what we're going to do with Lebanon, or individual European states, or the EU, or the NATO. But none of them were to be found when it was very unpopular, very risky, and Iran had this reputation, I think unfounded, but it was the terror of the Middle East. We were told it was indomitable. For 47 years, you might want to go to Iraq or Afghanistan, but you don't get near Iran. They're too crazy. They're too dangerous. And Donald Trump, in less than 6 weeks, with the help of the Israeli Air Force, demolished it. And now all of a sudden, everybody wants to pile on and think that they're somewhat responsible for the future of the new Middle East. It's really shameless. It really is.
So I thought it was interesting there that Fox News had to throw in their Israeli Air Force part, but you know, I get it. I'm going to skip around. I'm going to do this one first, and then I'm going to play this one just because this one's so heartwarming. And then the last one is only 17 seconds. Keck. So, and thank you, Lumpy and Gingy, in the chat for letting me know that I was still on all those platforms. After this, so this is going to be my last goodbye to you guys on those other platforms. I am going to play one more ad. I'm going to play these two videos. I'm going to play the 17-second video, and then I'm going to play an ad. And when you guys see the ad on the other channels that aren't Rumble and X, that's your time to switch over to the other platform, because we are almost done. But I'll go ahead and play these. And thank you again for everyone that's joining on those other platforms. If you're on X and you are on Rumble, stay tuned to the end of the show. When you see the final outro, that's the end of the show. So don't go anywhere just yet, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and play these other videos. Oh, that is all the way at the end. So this on the screen, it says, Chamath explains why Trump is best suited for the presidency. And actually, I think there was something above this. Yeah. And so Carly Bond says, President Trump is the best political athlete. And I just love the term political athlete because it really is a sport, guys. We know, like, although there are real world things that happen because of it, it is the same as a sport, in my opinion, because there are real world things that happen when baseball players win championships or lose, or basketball players, whatever, but it's still just sport. It's bread and circus in the end. So here we go.
I think the best way to think about our current political climate in the United States is we are led by a transcendent political athlete. Donald Trump is the most effective and capable political athlete we have ever seen. Why? He understands how to connect at the one-on-one level. He understands retail politics better than, frankly, anybody. He has an affability that's very disarming. And yet, because of his business acumen, he has a way of negotiating that I think is just very hard for the learned non-business person to compete with. You know, there's that very famous Mike Tyson quote, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. I think the president has an incredible ability to negotiate. Howard Lutnick has an incredible ability to negotiate. Scott Besson has an ability to negotiate because of their grounding in business.
That was spot on. And I love what Buck Wayne said there. He I don't remember the exact word, bitch slapping lefties. Trump verbally bitch slaps the lefties. That alone is worth support. Yes. And remember, guys, lefties are not just Democrats. They're not just Republicans. Lefty, that's an ideology. That is not just for one group, or it's a uniparty thing, first of all. But there are people that aren't even in the uniparty that are lefties. All right. This is the last long one, and then we got the short one. Oh, this is the best one. So, not just a president, Trump is the best grandpa. So, just enjoy the man. He's out here bitch slapping lefties and then just loving his grandkids. Who else would you want? I'm taking myself off the screen for this one. Enjoy this, y'all. Might have to reload this screen. Hold on just a second. There we go. Come on now. Doing all this clicking. Don't do this to me. All right, we're going to try it one more time, y'all. If this doesn't work, we might have to skip this one.
But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go.
To me, he's just a normal grandpa.
Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart.
He always wants to know how we're doing in school.
So fast.
When I made the high honor roll, he printed it out. So
we see you when you fall asleep, never to touch and never to keep, cause you loved her too much and you dive too deep. Where you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go.
Thank you, Luke.
And you let her go. And you let her go. Will you let her go? Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you feel low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go.
There we go. What a guy. What a guy. And Frederick Leathers, I noticed that it says the music is too loud. Can't hear them speak. This is good though. Yeah, this is that volume was from his video, so I can't really control that. But let me get to the last video so we can get the other group out of here because we are almost out of time. All right. And then this last video, 17 seconds. Keck. Anyone sick of winning yet? You guys remember this video. I feel like most of you remember this video. If it'll play. Come on now. Come on now. He pinned this one. That's the reason why I'm playing it.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
In a quiet town where beards grow wild and lips dare to crack without permission, one woman has suffered.
Hi, I'm Margie, and I'm Patriot's mother.
But the world would come to know her by another name, Madame Margie, the moistureless.
Jay came home with a lip balm. It's called Soft Disclosure.
With one miraculous application, her power awakened.
Within one day, my lips were healed. It was miraculous.
But salvation came at a cost. For in the shadowed lands known only as Badlands,
You boys at Badlands are so handsome.
she saw potential.
You're covering up your beautiful faces.
And she made her demand.
Shave them all off,
Or face the consequences. Beard oil will not save you now.
and you'll look so much better.
This summer, moisturize wisely and guard your beard. Because Madame Margie, the moistureless, is always watching.
So first of all, I'm muted. Thank you, Jackie, for being here. So if you guys see me muted, I know that I'm muted. I got out of it pretty quickly, but I said make sure you guys check out Soft Disclosure. And I know that Madame Margie is pretty scary, but make sure you guys get your Soft Disclosure. Soft Disclosure, beard oil. But Jackie went outside, and so I asked her if she was okay, and she said yeah. And I assumed it was a bug because I was trying to let the cat in. There was bugs, all this stuff. But she said the cat tried to bring a bird in. So that's why she closed the door real quick. So our cat, she brought us a gift. She was happy that we came home from GART. But all right. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys on Facebook, Twitch, and Kick and YouTube. But we're gonna shut those down right now. Come on over to X or Rumble, and we're gonna finish up the show. So we're gonna get to the American of the Week. And then we will see where we go from there, which will probably be the last thing we do. But all right. Love you guys, and everybody else stick around. Let me close out these. So we got one. How do I do this? Remove. Look at this, guys. Next time, I'll make it even more seamless. And by more seamless, I mean seamless. Because this was not seamless. And